Hi, welcome back. I will talk briefly about the project and then I will show you this. So for this project, one of my lifelong besties is graduating university and I offered to make her a quilt. The only thing that she wanted specifically was she wanted yellow in the quilt because yellow is her favorite color. Just some doodles here. I've got that Casey Musgrave star block. It's an Ohio star block. And then I did some doodles on how to make it like super colorful. Did some math. This is the fabric I purchased. I'm pretty satisfied with it. Yeah, I don't have like a huge idea for what I'm gonna do for the quilt, but that's okay. Okay, so I didn't want to set up my camera because I feel like that's just too much effort for a 25-second clip, but I am finished with my 9 patches. This is gonna be a really big quilt. I don't know if I'm gonna use all the blocks that I make because these blocks are gonna be pretty big. I'm going to make quarter square triangles and put those into Ohio star blocks. Alright, so I'm taking a seat. It's been a minute since I've done an update. A little bit of a busier week, but just kind of chilling right now and realizing that I have 8 of these to put together. And I don't need that many for the quilt I'm making. I probably will only need 4. So might have gone a little bit overboard. That is the batting roll that I bought 3 years ago, and it is almost done, which is kind of perfect timing for me. But I have to cut off a piece to fit the quilt top, and I will throw in the clip here of me outside in the wind with the quilt top. So I only needed 4 out of those 8 blocks that I created, which means I essentially made 2 small quilts. We'll see what ends up happening with those other 4 blocks. I have to base this quilt, and then I'll quilt it, and then I'll put the binding on, and then I'll give my friend a ring, and I'll text her, I'll message her. I'm not giving my friend a ring. I'm so sorry. Hi, welcome back. So this is the quilt I've been working on, and I realize I need to put another clip in the middle so it doesn't bulge like this, or balloon, or whatever. But this is the latest and greatest. I had the opportunity of, hold on a second, I'm really distracted today. Had the opportunity of designing and completing this piece of art for a friend of mine, and I finished it this morning. So that was super fun. I love the way it's turned out. It's been a while since I've made an actual quilt. The finished measurements on this are 54 inches by 54 inches by 52 by 53 and a half. That's pretty square for me. Yeah, it was fun. I'm really happy with how it quilted. Honestly, like, if I can tell you the truth, usually I am more concerned about how the actual quilting process goes rather than being concerned about if the blocks look good. And I can tell you one thing, which is after I finished basting this quilt, I looked at all the blocks and said to myself that I did it wrong, which I kind of technically did. But I don't care, because if it really was that bad, I would have noticed. So this block is based off of the Ohio star block, except I didn't set aside enough yardage to make it actually an Ohio star block. So it's kind of a scrappy version of that. I used 9 square patches, a 9 patch. Whew. Terminology, man. And I did some cutting, some sewing, some assembling. I think this is a pretty simple quilt. That's this quilt. I will see if I can get a photo of it, but I found some labels the other day going through a bunch of stuff for my grandmother, and she had a bunch of these Made with Love by Grandma labels. So yeah, now I'm grandma. There's a lot of effort and time and love and all of that good stuff that went into this quilt, and it's fun. I really liked the fabrics, and I still do. I like working with the large scale prints and the small scale prints. So this quilt was machine pieced and domestically quilted on my brother's sewing machine, which has been dropped. I didn't drop it, but it is damaged cosmetically. And contrary to what I may or may not allude, there was no fire, there was no incident, nothing scary happened, nothing bad ever happened to Janine while she was making a quilt. As you can see, everything's fine. I think I got most of the blood out. And then I trimmed it, attached the binding to the front with the machine, and then I flipped it over and hand stitched it. I think I did that mostly yesterday, and then I finished it up this morning. Might have been a little bit the day before, but it was a labor of love. If you're gonna work with directional fabric, maybe pay attention to it, but I didn't. So for my next project, I don't exactly know what I'll be getting up to. I think I said last video I would do a Casey Musgraves, or the video before, I don't know. Casey Musgraves inspired Deeper Well sort of thing. That might still happen. I don't know. I wanted to play around with the Ohio Star Block, so that's what I did in this quilt, more or less. Yeah, I've got some more pressing matters to attend to, so we'll see if I keep up with quilting. This coming summer is going to be hot, it's going to be very busy, and we'll see. I don't anticipate to neglect my YouTube channel though. I still try to upload once a month. That's kind of my goal, to like get 10 to 12 really good videos a year. Well, let it die, let it die, let it shrivel up and die. Come on now. So the quilt's done. Couple things to wrap up. I got a film camera, finally. I was at the London Vintage Film Camera Show last weekend. Nice little drive for me. Everybody gets this as their first camera. The Canon AE1 with the 50 1.8 lens. It works as far as I know, but I'm only 15 into a roll of 36, so I guess we'll find out. I've done a lot of research about cameras and a lot of research about film and all of that sort of stuff. My mom had a film camera when I was growing up. She had it, back in the 80s as well. I'm not from the 80s, but she's had it. She had it for years. We can't find it anywhere, so that's why I went out and bought my own. I just have a lot of really good memories reminiscing on photos that she took from my childhood. I went to 2 beaches actually. I went to Lake Erie and took a couple pictures, just kind of vibed, It was really cold and windy, so it's better than sitting in the house all day, right? Just kind of get out and do stuff. Yeah, and then this is a strap from that camera that I'm shooting on. I thought I was gonna completely revamp my camera collection this year and get new gear, but I guess I'm getting old gear. And just for curiosity's sake, I shoot on that thing, which has never done me dirty. Canon, actually, do I remember what it is? Rebel T5 from 2015. I've had her for a long time. So if you enjoyed, leave a like and do something nice for somebody in your life soon. Yeah, that's about it. I'll see you in the next one. And until then, I guess just live free or die. Where are you, Fluffy? There you are. She's beauty and she's grace. She's a fluffy cat in space.